Greetings and salutations, it is Rick here for another Suck Less video. Happy Friday. Drummers, we're going to talk to you today, and we are going to talk to you, I am going to talk to you about traditional grip, which is this, versus match grip, which is much more common than this. Okay, now I'm sure a lot of you have seen drummers play like this, okay? Right? This is an older style of grip. Right? A lot of jazz guys play like this. Now, why would anyone play drums like this when you can just go matched, which makes a lot more sense? Right? Well, there's this thing called finesse. Okay? It turns out most of us self-taught drummy types hit way too hard. And you can't play hard with this grip. Okay? In order to play with this grip, actually, I'll get to that. Drummers should learn both of these grips, okay? And part of doing rudiments and part of mashing through, playing to a metronome and all that stuff, you should practice both. Now, if you're a lefty, you'd go like this. Point is, you can't get a lot of power out of this hand, right? So your snare hand ends up being able to hit fairly lightly. Marching drum guys do this too. Now, as your hand gets stronger and you get more used to it, you can use more power. But drums, any drum, is capable of making more than just the one noise that you get when you hit it dead center. Okay, you can hit it offside, you can incorporate the rim, you can even, and I've seen a lot of jazz guys do this, put their stick in the middle and actually tap the stick to get different notes. Thing is, when you're playing super, super loud and super hard, you're really limiting the amount of expression you can get out of your instrument, okay? Yeah, I know it's cool to play hard, right? But sometimes that's not always what the gig needs, and not to mention the fact that it's really hard on your drums and cymbals. A lot of guys really want the sound they'll get out of light cymbals, but they can't use them because they play too hard and they break them all the time, and cymbals are expensive. So, traditional grip would be taking your offhand, so I'm a righty, so your left hand, and taking the stick, putting it between these two sets of fingers, okay? Rolling your thumb over it, and then cupping your fingers over the top, right? Usually you want to do this at about the halfway point. Pro marks are great for this because they've got the stripe, right? So, and then work your rudiments that way. It's a traditional sort of marching jazz thing, right? But you'll notice that you'll start moving your hand around a little bit more, right? You're starting to play with finesse. And the fun thing is that you'll start tuning your drums different once you do this. And actually, it will affect your standard traditional playing as well. I mean, traditional grip's pretty easy to know. Everybody knows it. Grab sticks and go, right? But you'll find you have to use your wrist here. Wrist and fingers. Now, most traditional grip players don't use as much of their wrist and fingers as they could. It's a lot of arm movement, right? So instead of playing here, they're playing from back here, or even incorporating their back muscles, right? I mean, yeah, showy, that's great, right? So are stick spins, but nobody does them anymore. So, grab your book of rudiments. Once again, I recommend stick control for the snare drummer. Bust out that evil metronome and try working traditional grip. Try this on your kit. Experiment when there's nobody around, because we all know that playing drums in front of people when you're goofing off kind of sucks and everybody hates it and everybody will get mad at you. But definitely experiment with traditional grip. Match grip is great, but you'll notice that your matched grip control will improve by you playing traditional grip. All right, guys. Suck less. Happy Friday. Bye-bye.